Imagine this. While Western politicians argue over elections, taxes, and scandals, China is quietly building high-speed trains that stretch over 45,000 kilometers, dominating electric vehicle production and sending astronauts to space. Yet many in the West still dismiss China as authoritarian or non-democratic. They wonder, how can a system that doesn't follow Western rules achieve so much? The truth is simple. China's system works, and that's exactly why the West hates it. In the 21st century, results matter more than ideology, and China's system delivers stability, growth, and global influence in ways that many Western democracies can only envy. Let's break down 5 key reasons why China's system works, and why it leaves the West uneasy. Number 1. Meritocracy over politics. In Western countries, leadership often comes down to popularity. Who can win the most votes, secure campaign donations, or dominate media headlines? That's how you rise to the top. But in China, leadership is built on experience and competence. Leaders spend decades working their way up from local provinces to national positions, proving themselves at every step. Take President Xi Jinping, for example. He began in rural China, managing small villages and provinces, learning how to solve real problems on the ground. By the time he reached national leadership, he understood both local and national issues, something most Western politicians can only claim theoretically. This merit-based approach ensures that decision-makers are competent and results-driven. It's why China can implement massive policies efficiently, from lifting over 800 million people out of extreme poverty to constructing the world's longest high-speed rail network. Contrast that with Western democracies, where leaders often come from privileged backgrounds and may have little hands-on governance experience. Policy changes are frequently delayed by political gridlock, partisan debates, or lobbying pressures. In short, China's system selects leaders who know how to deliver results, not just how to win votes, and that makes a huge difference when implementing national priorities. Number 2. Long-term vision versus short-term politics. Ask any Western politician, how long are you thinking? The answer is usually, until the next election. In China, the question is different. What will our country look like in 10, 20, or 50 years? This long-term mindset is embedded in China's 5-year plans, which set clear priorities for economic growth, technological development, and social stability. They're not just empty promises. They guide national action and resource allocation. Take Made in China 2025. Launched in 2015, the initiative aimed to make China a global leader in advanced manufacturing, AI, renewable energy, and EVs. Within less than a decade, the results are staggering. China produces over 60% of the world's electric vehicle batteries. BYD, China's largest EV manufacturer, now sells more electric cars than Tesla and exports to 70-plus countries. Huawei leads the world in 5G deployment and recently launched the Mate 70 series with domestically made chips, defying Western sanctions. Meanwhile, Western governments often flip-flop on policy. One administration invests in renewable energy, the next cuts subsidies. Trade policies change with political wins. In contrast, China's system allows continuity and focus, the backbone of long-term success. This is why China can take on massive projects like the Belt and Road Initiative, a trillion-dollar program connecting Asia, Africa, and Europe, something no Western democracy could maintain politically over decades. Number 3. Collective good over individual politics. Western societies often emphasize individual freedom, which is admirable, but it has a cost. Societies become divided, political discourse turns toxic, and short-term interests dominate over long-term collective progress. China takes a different approach. The system prioritizes stability, prosperity, and unity over short-term individual politics. This doesn't mean personal freedom is ignored, but it's balanced against the needs of the whole society. During the COVID-19 pandemic, this difference became clear. China implemented strict lockdowns and rapid testing, mobilizing national resources to contain the virus efficiently. The economy reopened faster, and life returned to normal sooner than in many Western countries. Meanwhile, Western nations struggled. In the US and Europe, mask and vaccine mandates sparked protests. Political disagreements delayed responses, costing lives and economic output. This emphasis on the collective good creates trust in government. Surveys by Pew Research and Edelman show that 80 to 90% of Chinese citizens trust their government, one of the highest rates in the world. In comparison, trust in Western governments has fallen dramatically, often below 40%. The West criticizes China's system as authoritarian, but in reality, it creates social cohesion, stability, and efficient crisis response, qualities Western democracies now struggle to achieve. Number 4. State-led capitalism that works. Many in the West argue that free market capitalism is the only path to prosperity. But China shows that state-led capitalism can work, and often more effectively. In China, the government sets strategic priorities, then allows private companies to compete and innovate within that framework. This hybrid system drives both national growth and global competitiveness. Examples abound. Huawei became a global telecom leader, competing with Western giants like Ericsson and Nokia. BYD dominates the EV market, exporting to Europe, Asia, and Africa. Alibaba and Tencent lead in e-commerce, fintech, and cloud computing. China's government provides strategic support, including subsidies, research funding, and infrastructure, while holding companies accountable to national goals. This reduces wasted resources and ensures alignment with long-term national interests. Meanwhile, Western economies are increasingly trapped by lobbying, short-term investor pressures, and political polarization. Big corporations influence policy to benefit themselves, often at the expense of national strategy. China's model allows efficient coordination, where government and business work together to achieve massive projects and technological breakthroughs. Even under US sanctions, China continues to advance. Huawei's Mate 70 series, with its domestically produced 7nm chip, is proof that state-led strategy works better than Western-style market reliance alone. And number 5, stability and confidence in the future. Perhaps the most crucial advantage of China's system is stability. While Western nations face political polarization, social unrest, and economic uncertainty, China maintains continuity and clear direction. Its economy has grown 8 to 9% annually for decades, and extreme poverty has been virtually eliminated. The middle class now exceeds 400 million people, creating one of the largest consumer markets in the world. Compare this with the West. Stagnant wages, rising inequality, energy crises, and declining trust in government have left citizens frustrated. In some cases, life expectancy in developed countries has even fallen. China, meanwhile, invests in the future: AI, renewable energy, quantum computing, space exploration. Social stability allows ambitious projects to succeed. Political divisions in the West would make such large-scale efforts nearly impossible. Even globally, China's approach is different. It doesn't rely on military coercion. It focuses on economic partnerships, trade, and diplomacy. Countries in Asia, Africa, and Latin America increasingly see China as a reliable partner, while Western influence wanes. The West resents China's confidence because it exposes their failures and inefficiencies. It's easier to criticize China than to admit that their own systems are struggling. China's system works because it emphasizes meritocracy, long-term vision, collective good, state-led capitalism, and stability. It produces results, builds global influence, and lifts millions out of poverty, all while maintaining social cohesion. The West hates it not because it fails, but because it succeeds on its own terms. It proves that there is more than one way to achieve progress, challenging the West's long-held belief that democracy is the only path to prosperity. In a rapidly changing world, results matter more than ideology. And by that standard, China's system doesn't just work, it leads. The 21st century is proving something important. Success comes from vision, discipline, and strategy, not just elections and media campaigns. And in this new era, China has shown the world what that looks like. So what do you think? Do you agree with our video? Tell us what you think by leaving your comments below. And if you like what you watched, make sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to show your support.